everyone, welcome to our episode of 123 Wrestling right here on SRB TV. I am Chris, and as always joined by Nick Slade.
Let's go. Let's
So
dream
at
on, dream on, dream
so
on,
so
dream
as
on.
so while Florida refuses to give back the red stapler for a giant hurricane coming our way,
I understand
we're
that.
going to talk about some wrestling tonight. We are doing predictions for WrestleDream 2024. So now,
Dream on.
yeah, WrestleDream. This is just happening now. That's the vibe I that is the vibe I get. Is that the vibe you get with this? Just out of nowhere. Oh, yeah, Wrestle Dream's now happening.
I mean,
Just
most
like
of the card feels.
because our last AEW pay-per-view was all out, and that was like nearly a month. That was like over a month ago. Oh, yeah, over a month ago now. And it's like it only feels like just they just slapped this pay-per-view together.
Yeah, they did really. That's what I mean. Like this pay per view does feel very slapped together last minute.
I bet good AEW TK mindset money that we are going to get at least two more matches add to this card. But anyways, other than that, let's get started.
You know there's gonna be 4 pre-show matches
Shut up. Shut up. Why do you say that every time?
because it's the truth.
I always want TK to learn that we don't need 50. Like I watched OSW did a review of is it of All In? And they
Mhm.
even agree, like, I that just they're all bog standard pre-show gimmick matches every time. It's like, what's the fucking point?
Not
Uh,
every person on the roster needs to be on the show.
Thank you. Like, fuck, we were bitching and moaning about the 5 match card for Bad Blood, but fuck, at least Triple H gets it.
Yeah,
Uh,
and God's sake, some of the people they picked on there doesn't make any sense.
okay. So,
That was
anyways, we
last
got
year.
we gotta go through this. I'm not going to say we gotta go through this at the speed of light, but let's get through this. The road so far. So it has been a very interesting road since the end of All Out. I mean, let's be fair. Like the big lead up to All Out was Hangman literally burning a house down. Made
Yeah.
for some great future cover albums. Okay, so anyways, during the month of September, Liam became the official longest reigning Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Like that really means anything. Next
Oh,
up,
not just women's champion, longest champion in Ring of Honor history. Because Samoa Joe had that record. Her reign's now longer than Samoa Joe's Ring of Honor World Title reign. That's
long,
ridiculous. And when you
yeah,
compare like Samoa Joe's opponents to her opponents, it's not even fair. It's not even a fair comparison.
the numbers don't lie for you at Sacrifice.
Most of her
Um,
defenses have been like on freaking like squash matches behind a paywall on a show nobody barely watches.
Next up, I love the baby this more, but we got so much. I don't want to because I realized for our Bad Blood predictions, we were on Road so far for like over 30 minutes.
Oh,
We were on
there was a lot.
Oh, trust me, there's a lot here. That's why I want to get through it. World title match confusion. So, yeah, so it was supposed to be Bryan Darby. Reports
Hmm.
said we're even speculating that Darby was going to win the world title at Grand Slam. Then John Moxley came back, turned heel, took Darby's spot. He took Bryan's spot in a match against Darby at the Grand Slam for world title, future world archery, while Bryan still had a match at Grand Slam, even though he was suffocated all out against Nigel McGuinness, which was a good match. Nothing, I wouldn't say all inspiring, but it was cool to see these two wrestle again, which was confusing. It still wasn't explained at all.
Yeah, the
And
whole point of Bryan being removed from the match against Darby is he wasn't cleared to wrestle. But he was cleared to wrestle.
As of tonight on Dynamite, Daniel Garcia has officially announced in a kayfabe sense that he has re-signed with AEW. Remember, his contract was expiring this month, so he has officially re-signed with AEW.
Hmm.
I want to bring this up. Do you think it's confusing how the word resigned and re-signed are all the same letters? The only difference is a one hyphen between the E and the S.
That's true with a lot of words. Like live, and
Live,
live. Yeah.
live and live, and
Yeah.
potato, potato, tomato, tomato, you know that. So the whole thing off. The Lucha Bros thing is still continuing to be confusing. As I said yes last time, like it looks like they were doing stuff, but now it's saying no, they're still signed with Penta still is interested in wrestling for AEW at the moment. So I'm like at this point, I feel like he's saying this, but the only reason he's saying this is because like he can't say anything else because like think that was their goal and now they're stuck until Ray's injury time, you know, that the his contract plus injury time finally expires, which we don't even know how long that's gonna be for. Uh I still think they're heading to WWE. I just feel like they feel like they're heading to WWE still. Man, like, so I think we brought this up before, but I don't remember. Samoa Joe will be in the next Like a Dragon slash Yakuza game, it's pirate theme game. They confirm they show a screen. They have him show up in the trailer for the game.
Wait,
Happy for him.
is it supposed to be set in Hawaii?
Yes, the full title of the game is Like a Dragon Yakuza Pirates in Hawaii.
That sounds amazing.
It does. It has Majima, the more kooky character I guess you're playing as in this one. Um, let's see. Oh, this one, cool. We got to talk about this a little bit. Miro requests his AEW release once again, but we still don't know if he's been granted it. Um,
Quite a few wrestlers should probably do that.
Quite a few. MJF has been cast in the Happy Gilmore sequel coming to Netflix, but as Happy Gilmore's son, which caught us off guard. You think he would play like Shooter McGavin's son or something like that? I think that would make the more sense. But on the other hand, I
Wow.
can kind of see him playing like this rage-induced version of Happy's character from the first movie, showing how the anger is just it's not like it's genetic.
Hmm.
Yeah, and you also gotta remember Happy had that little quick wit too in the first movie, so somebody like MGF to deliver those kind of lines, I think would fit perfectly.
Yeah, but I'm never come off as an everyman, while MGF just comes off as an elitist douche.
We'll see what happens. I'm curious to see. This is the first time I'm generally gonna see because I still haven't seen the Iron Claw, so I don't. Wait, did they remove his scene for the Iron
They
Claw?
removed his scenes.
Okay, never mind.
He wasn't
Um,
even in it.
yeah, we're curious to see how he does.
He was on
Um,
there like, I have a starring role in a feature film. Scenes get cut.
One of the most hilarious stories that happened from AEW, the Ian Riccaboni incident at the Collision taping, where Tony Schiavone had to pretend during a Jack Perry Minoru Suzuki match that Ian Riccaboni was higher than the desk because he was scared. When in
Why did
actuality, he wasn't there for that match.
why didn't they just change the order?
I no, it was I think he was I this one two stories I believe either he was running late to the he had travel issues so he was running late or I think the other thing is this was a match shot before he was supposed to show up for collision tapings but they put the match in with collision as well so
Okay,
that's why he wasn't there.
why can't they just say he hasn't arrived? Like he's stepped to the back for a moment.
Look, I don't fucking know, but let's do the funniest
I just
commentary
feel
you
like
will.
I just feel like it could have been like, there was an easier way to solve this.
I don't know, but that's what it is. It's one of the funniest unintentionally funniest moments in AEW history. Um, AEW strong considering a new developer for their future video games. Considering, well, we've seen what Fight Forever looks like. I haven't played Fight Forever. You know, still hear it's a fun game to play, but the overall package, it feels like people are getting shortchanged on. Like literally, like you still have to pay for a lot of the DLC, like equivalent to the amount where you basically pay for the game wholesale. Like I believe my brother has it because it was available on PlayStation Plus as their free monthly game. I don't remember if I downloaded it. I don't think I did, but yeah, I'm
It
not
kind of,
surprised. Oh,
it kind of like they brought him back because of Yuke's worked on No Mercy. It's kind of like when you try to bring back uh, a famous director or creative to an old franchise and you think they're going to do a good job, they do a horrible job, like Doctor Who.
No, no, save that for later. We got a lot to get through.
Probably.
But you know what? You know what would be cool? You know who I would get? The guys who do Fire Pro Wrestling. Fuck it.
Well, if you
Just
want to do that simple style, sure.
simple style. Hey, but I heard it had a very detailed like franchise mode too, like a campaign, single player campaign. So like you can make that work. You're not like no uncanny valley versions of popular characters who look bulked out. Like I think it could work, honestly. Like it wouldn't be as like high quality visually, but like you can make it work like easily. Hell, like have them collab with the guys who did WrestleQuest. Because visually that was pretty old school, but that visual style combined with like AEW's, I mean with Fire Pro Wrestling, that'd be pretty dope.
Hmm.
Yeah. Kill Switch, whatever you want to call him, was hospitalized with pneumonia in both his lungs. He was found collapsed and was rushed to a hospital. He's currently in recovery still, and we wish him the best. Because that
Guess
just sucks.
it is really good somebody found him.
Yeah, very fortunate. Very,
Very.
very fortunate. The AEW deal, after months and months and months and months of deliberations, was officially finalized with Warner Bros. Discovery. So in 2025, AEW will receive $180 million. In 2026, they'll be receiving $185 million. And in 2027, they'll receive $190 million. So
Hmm.
that's good. And better news came after that. Both Dynamite and Collision's back catalog will be available on Max starting in January. And then both Dynamite and Collision live recordings will be simulcast on Max as well. I don't think it's been confirmed yet if it's like the Fight TV feed where it's no picture-in-picture bullshit. I believe not. Like, consider how much I currently pay monthly for Max. It fucking better be that same thing. Um, yeah, that's pretty dope. Simulcast on Maxwell. No official confirmation on pay-per-views just yet, but they are saying they will be discounted on Max, but nobody knows what that means exactly.
Hmm.
Hmm. But okay, let me ask you then. What do you think about that? We're finally getting the. I know it's not exactly what we all want because they haven't confirmed if like the pay-per-view back catalog will be on there
I
eventually or not.
mean, it's better than them trying to make their own streaming service and having it make because the streaming wars is over. Netflix won. Like all
Netflix and Amazon.
Netflix and to Amazon, real quick, Amazon's streaming service is a hobby to them. It's just something extra. That's why they don't mind throwing money at it because the only reason people get Prime is to order stuff and they just get the Prime streaming with it. So to them, they're not really competing.
Hmm.
Netflix is like there was a bunch of losers though in the streaming wars, and we can name them. There's a lot of them. But yeah, the whole everyone trying to get their own streaming service was never going to work. It was never going to
Hmm.
work because nobody wants to pay for that many streaming services. Because at that point, you just might as well have cable if you're going to pay that much. It was
Yeah.
always going to collapse, and Netflix was in the game the longest, and they survived, and they came out on top, for better or worse. Um, so yeah, it's better for them to be on Max than try to make their own streaming service. So that makes sense. And
Hmm.
so now you got like all WWE's content going on Netflix, at least internationally, because
Hmm.
at least in the United States, a lot of it will still be on Peacock for at least another year, I think. Uh, so it's kind of where WWE, Netflix, AEW, Max, so it's all going to streaming. Because basically, cable's dead. It's just a walking corpse at this point. It just doesn't even know it's dead right now, and it hasn't fallen over yet. That's cable right now. The future is streaming, whether we like it or not. So it makes perfect sense. And hope if it's like organized like it was the original WWE network, that would be great. Because I fucking hate Peacock and what they did. Hopefully Netflix does a better job of organizing WWE's content.
Doubt it. Okay, next up, what I would love to rage about is the situation with Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. The I don't know what the fuck they're thinking, or oh, they probably realize they don't have enough faces in the women's division. So Chris Statlander, according to Fightful, Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway's on-screen partnership was dropped because there wasn't an option to continue that story.
I
And
mean,
then there was a further deliberation on this, confirming that Fightful Select reports that Statlander Hathaway's on-screen partnership is indeed over, and she is now in line for a shot at Monet's title, which likely means that after a months-long heel run, Statlander will be switching back with babyface role for AEW. Oh, so you know what happened? Yeah, Statlander attacked Monet after her match against Emi Sakura, and then Stokely tried to become manager of Private Party for their match at WrestleDream. I don't get it. You had her defeat one of the biggest baby faces in your women's division, and you don't do anything with that momentum. Like, seriously?
I
Look,
mean, this is AEW. They're like experts at this point of killing momentum.
like, have her squash motherfuckers. Let it be heel versus heel against Monet. Just, there was that great dynamic with Statlander and Stokely, and just like, whatever. I don't care. Just go away.
Yeah, what is she gonna apologize to Orange Cassidy now?
Well, I don't think she's like turning like full on babyface, but she is very much like obviously the face in this feud. That's the vibe I got from her attacking Monet
Oh, that
and
reminds
Brick
me.
Shithouse.
How did the heel turn benefit Trent Beretta?
Well, he's still recovering. I believe he's still technically supposed to be a heel.
Yeah,
Um,
he joined the Don Callis family just because they were both happened to be feuding with Orange Cassidy. Lost to Orange Cassidy, and then
um, hey, but hey, let's look at more some positive news. Um, MVP and Shelton Benjamin debuted.
oh joy.
Apparently Swerve Strickland, there's no segment, but Swerve Strickland is supposed to be returning at WrestleDream. So I'm assuming that's where Bobby Lashley debuts. Um,
So they can create the bootleg Hurt Business.
it sounds like it's supposed to be like MVP Enterprises or something like that.
Because they
What?
call it the Hurt Syndicate. That's just like a Timu branded fucking thing. Like, oh, do we? Oh, I want the Hurt Business. We have Hurt Business at home. Hurt Syndicate. It's like those
Why do
dollar
people
store.
think they're calling her? Okay, let me ask you this. I'm not even trying to throw any sarcasm at this. Why do people keep on thinking they're being called the Hurt Syndicate?
Because that's what I'm seeing people reporting. I think it's because I think AEW tried to trademark it. That's why.
Oh, okay, that
I
makes
don't know that's for
because
sure, but that's what everyone's calling it.
I was just going with Hurt Inc. if they were going to be called anything.
Ah,
Oh.
I mean,
Anyways, that everything,
see if TNA still has the trademark the Beatdown Clan. Just reuse that.
and then Penelope Ford came back. And apparently he's now going to have his feud with Jamie Hayter because she attacked her during the Fatal 4-Way #1 contender for the AEW Women's Championship. Ugh, WrestleDream. Okay. Oh, and Sammy Guevara got injured. He's fine.
He kind of injured. He's fine.
You know, he actually is. Like, apparently he got up after on his own accord. He was walking around backstage. Apparently he's fine. So like, okay, let's finally get
The
into.
Rock has come back. 2, 1, 2, 3,
Do
rest.
you hear he did the Free Pebbles line to a picture of Cena on one of the side of production trucks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dude, did
apparently,
you see like also did you see Kevin Owens legit popped Cody in the face?
yeah. We'll see how that works out. Like,
I like how that okay, I know we're going off WWE here. I do like the fact that they have fans record what happened. That
yeah,
was
it
cool.
does make it seem more real, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So Kevin Owens legitimately. Oh, did you see the picture I posted in the group chat about that? Where Brandy
Yeah.
posted?
Yeah.
She always knew. My brother sent me that.
My whole thing is why are they having Kevin Owens turn heel now when Cody still has to get through this Gunther thing at Crown Jewel? Crown Jewel just feels like it's in the way. Like it's in the way of
Okay.
storylines right now. I feel like we
Okay.
should go straight to Survivor Series.
Okay. So we're gonna skip the pre-show match because I
Oh,
have
bro.
no clue.
No, I can tell you what's gonna. Brian Cage should absolutely win that.
Okay,
Look,
cool,
a
great.
CML guy isn't going to do much with it. He's going to barely show up. Brian Cage has been overdue for a push for years. Years. At least they could do is give him at least a Ring of Honor World TV title and have him do something with it.
Hey Nick, remember when Tony Khan said once Ring of Honor gets up and running at Honor Club, we wouldn't be seeing the titles be defended on AEW pay-per-views and
Tony,
programming.
Tony Khan has said a lot of things that turned out to be total bullshit.
Well, that continues as in our well, not our opening match, but in our first match for the Ring of Honor World Championship, Mark Briscoe defends against Chris Jericho. He wants to be Nueva. What was it? I forgot what his new tagline is. Nueva something. I don't know. So basically, yeah.
Doing this again.
In a collision match, I think it was a collision and rampage match. Jericho was able to pin Mark Briscoe. Now Jericho thinks he deserves a right at the title. Mark Briscoe obliges. I don't. This is the part I don't like about this feud. Jericho brings up that the that his that Mark's brother will be the is the only one who ever actually beat him, you know, and that he's not his brother. They brought I you know what? I hate it. Even if it's been planned before, and I hate bringing up dead relatives.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like low is like really like the apple and Eve, the snake tempting the apple. That it's like if the apple wasn't even on the tree, it was just lying next to the tree. That's
To
how
be
low
to be
fruit
fair,
is.
we laugh our asses off anytime Christian brings up somebody's dead dad.
No, because that's his character. That's been his character for
I
like what,
know.
2 years now?
Yeah,
Is like that. Chris Jericho is just trying to try to put some fuel on this half-ass fire of a feud, you
yeah,
know?
it does. It's kind of cheap heat. No,
Thank you.
it's
It's cheap
cheap.
heat. That's
It,
all it is. That's what that's like yeah, when Christian Cage does it,
it's
that's his
funny.
character. He's been shitting on dead dads since Jack Perry was a face still. Like, yeah. Nah, it's no, I'm not a fan of it. Mark Briscoe and Dynamite even said like, even was getting real and says he's gonna not like what he encounters at WrestleDream.
And
Um,
I'll be bringing up Christian later, by the way.
that's great. I don't care right now. Next up, Darby Allin issued an open challenge, was it last week? For somebody to take it, and it was Brody King, which
I know.
will be a singles match at WrestleDream. Though I gotta admit, they had a great promo tonight on Dynamite, where like Darby hypes up the fact that it was thanks to him that Brody got this opportunity he wanted, and that Brody's been wanting the Darby spot for a while now, and like Brody agrees. And then like Darby becomes full masochist mode and is trying to goat Brody into attacking him and shit like that. So eventually he bitch slaps Brody and they has bring up a brawl. And then Darby hits Brody in the face of a rock. A rock, not the
Oh,
rock.
like a literal rock.
Yeah, in the rock.
Did
Busts him open.
He Charlie Browned him?
Yes. Oh yeah, I get what you mean. He
Yeah,
clocks him in the face
that's
with a
all
rock,
Brian.
and that's that. So that match set up. I think it's gonna be a hell of a match. I think the AEW is realizing how over Brody King is alone, because he is like a standout. Every match he's been in, whether it's a tag match or House of Black or not, how he's always been a big standout. And I would say it's interesting where they're going with Darby because Darby is now acting more masochistic after like he lost his world title opportunity. He's been acting a lot more masochistic. So like I'm curious to see how far this goes.
I mean, I kind of don't want to see where that goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Darby for the win, but I'm gonna just see where this match goes.
It just kind of sucks that Darby went from being almost getting a world title win to having a random open challenge match on a pay per view.
We were going to talk more about that when we get to the main event because I'm not exactly thrilled by their plans, but we saw it's that wait and see game with this, but whatever.
Yeah,
Uh,
I guess obviously they're still playing just with Darby, so he wins. Oh wait,
uh,
oh, wait,
yeah.
wait, we didn't like. Did we say who's going to win between Mark Briscoe and Jericho?
Oh, fuck.
We
Okay,
skipped that, didn't we? uh,
okay, so,
Briscoe
yeah,
retains.
I say Briscoe retains.
Briscoe retains.
Jericho does not need another world fucking title run. He does not. He does not. He does fucking not.
He
I'm
already did the whole
sorry. I
champion
do
thing.
not. I do not need him holding that. What was it? I don't want to call him his new nickname. I don't want to see him on my fucking team. Okay, no, that's getting off into my Jericho rant. Look, I just Briscoe to retain. Let's go back to Darby Brody
Yeah, and so as I was saying, Darby wins because this is just an excuse to get him on the show and have him have a win.
in Washington. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Next up for the TNT Championship, Jack Perry defends against Katsuyori Shibata.
Another match.
Basically, I'm gonna say last week a lot. So last week, Jack Perry showed up, was about to be interviewed by Renee, but Shibata shows up saying he wants a shot at his TNT title. Now, I have to quote something Jack said during his promo tonight. Apparently Jack Perry was listing off accolades to Shibata, and one of the things he listed off was that everybody knows about Shibata was how he has a damn turkey leg in his trunks. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. There's video proof of it. I'm like, what? Because I would okay. I'll be fair. I was muted for a quick sec because I was listening to something I found on YouTube. And
Mm-hmm.
like I unmuted, and next thing you know, my guys on the wrestling Discord went turkey, trying a turkey leg in his trucks. I'm like, excuse me, what?
He's hiding a what in his trunks?
Yeah, this match was literally set up last week. Jack
Yeah, you
Perry,
know why
I think
you're saying last week a lot because his pay per view was thrown together last minute.
Jack Perry to retain.
Obviously, I
It
mean,
should be a good one. I
you know,
mean,
honestly, should Jack Perry be beating Minoru Suzuki and Katsuya Shibata? No, no realistic world ever. But it's happening anyways. Um, Jeez, can somebody tell him that showing up in a bus, even if you spray paint it black, is not does not make you look like a badass? It's a bus.
hey, at least he has a bus. Do you have a bus?
I have a car.
But you don't have a bus. It's not a bus.
It reminds me of like Simpsons. Like I sleep in a race car truck. What do you call it? Bed? What do you do? I sleep at home in my bed, big bed with my wife. Oh, like I have a normal car.
I don't know. I have a van that's painted black and has blood on the bumper.
It's not even it's a van. It's a bus. It's a bus. It's a short bus too.
So next up, in a which honestly I think this is gonna be a banger match. In a three-way match for the AEW International Championship, Will Ospreay defends against Ricochet and Konosuke Takeshita. So we
Speaking of
finally
killing momentum all the time,
da,
to
da, 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 Superman. Um, yeah. So in the Grand Slam, him and one sec. Him and Fletcher, thank you. Him and Fletcher won the first ever tag match casino gauntlet bout. And they has match against Young Bucks. They try, or was it Don Callis tried to make Kyle Fletcher cheat? Osprey said no. Ultimately, it cost them, and Bucks retained. Then last week, Ricochet and Will Ospreay had a 4.5-star match.
if
Darn,
only
Osprey, you are on a roll there.
if only it was
Yeah,
in
poop
the
bump.
if only it was in the Tokyo Dome.
4.5-star, man. You gotta have that Tokyo Dome street cred.
Mm.
But yeah, this okay. So this match finish was stupid, and here's why. No, you know why.
Yeah, I do. I do.
So match goes to a time limit. Oh no, the match gets a draw because they. It's still weird how they do this. They double pin each other. It's a match draw. They do
Mm.
the 5 minutes, 5 more minutes. Let's rematch it. So Tony Khan restarts the match. And then Takeshita shows up, causes a disqualification, and attacks Will Ospreay. And I'm like,
What was
wait,
the point of the tie then?
just have Takeshita interfere
Interfere. It
to
doesn't have to
cost
be
Ricochet and
complicated.
Ospreay. That's it. You're not, this isn't fucking rocket science. Like, that's it. So because of the chicanery, because Ricochet kind of got dicked over, it is now a three-way match, and it was revealed tonight on Dynamite that Takeshita was sent out by Don Callis to attack Ricochet on Ospreay because Ospreay thinks he's better than his current place, and something like that. And then Takeshita attacked was it no? Then Ospreay's like, I don't want anything to do with you anymore. He attacks Don Callis. Oh, Callis slaps him, then he attacks Callis. Then Takeshita comes out. Then Fletcher comes out feeling conflicted. Takeshita is still attacking Ospreay. Then Ricochet comes out to make the save for Ospreay. And that's where we leave it off there for the rest of the night. Also, Don Callis acquired. Oh, this is hilarious. Don Callis acquired Lance Archer in exchange for Jake Roberts getting LFI. Yeah, I don't. Which is now Beast Mortos, Roosh, and one other dude. I don't remember his name.
How does that combination make any sense?
Fuck if I know. But anyways,
What is Jake Roberts just going to be their mouthpiece because they can't speak English? Is that the problem?
yeah. You know what's funny? This match could really go like any which way. Like, I'll be honest. Like Ricochet, I think he's eating the pin. I think Ricochet's not winning here. I'm sorry. I don't think he's winning here. Honestly, Takeshita could walk out as international champion. Like that dude has been very deserving of a singles gold for a while now. Like where you saw the G1, where you saw in his matches earlier this year. Like this man has deserved a title run.
That's the thing is, I feel like even though it's probably is going to be a great match. I mean, all three guys in. Realistic storytelling wise, should be Ospreay Takeshita 1-on-1. That's where the feud is. That's where the blood feud is. Ricochet is just a third wheel in this feud. He's just there. He just
So
happened to be there. So I just feel like it'd be more personal match if it's just 1-on-1. But fuck personal deep storytelling. Let's just have a freaking spot fest. Not that
dude,
I don't know.
dude, you know what's fucked up? They had Hologram versus Commander tonight, which was a good match, but they redid that spot. You know which spot from Osprey Ricochet?
Yeah.
That spot where they do the flip and they superhero land in the middle of the ring. They did that spot in the Commander hologram match tonight. I'm like, fuck off. Like, it was a good. You know what? Other than that, it was a solid match. But like, the fuck, man.
Also, they're bringing
Um,
so many luchadors. You might as well give them their own division.
yeah. The only way I can see Will Ospreay retaining, I mean, what the only reason I can see Will Ospreay retaining is that it's going to lead into maybe Full Gear between him, a singles between Ospreay and Takeshita, and that's where he gives the title to Takeshita.
But then that would mean Ricochet has to take the pin.
And
Do
he
you
technically look like if we're going off of technicalities in terms of win loss, technically Ricochet lost his first match in AEW.
Yeah, but it wasn't clean. It wasn't even real.
But you heard what I said. Technically, if we're going off one, like he's basically 1-1-1.
Yeah, I think that's why I guess that's the only reason he's in this match. And do you want? I guess if you want to do Ospreay to catch again, you could do make it some sort of stipulation to make it bigger.
Yeah, because I think Ricochet can metaphorically and literally bounce back from this. Like,
His name's Ricochet. I'd hope he'd be able to.
yeah, I think he can survive from this. Like right now, the current Ricochet is still shaking off the WWE rust all over him. So like, it's like I look. I'll be honest. I thought Osprey Ricochet, I believe five was it technically six? Yeah, Osprey Ricochet six was fine. Like I'm being honest, it was fine. And
It
I'm
definitely,
saying this as I was as I was watching this match in a tow truck getting back home. Like I was watching this match and I was liking it, but I wasn't like loving it, you know? Like everybody was like, "Oh my God, they had like the greatest matches of all time before Ricochet went to WWE." Ah. You know, it wasn't that. I just watched it and went, it was good. Like and then like in the stroke of luck, Meltzer agreed with me. Like, when does that happen? Like, I would say that was a 4 star, 4 out of 5 star match, honestly. But you give it 4.5 because you know it's still Osprey. Still got to wank off somehow.
yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah.
So,
So
yeah,
I don't know. You give it to
I
Takeshita
think you're
here.
right. I think it'd make more sense to set up Osprey to catch the one on one. So I think Osprey retains here.
I would say Osprey retains as well.
He hasn't
Yeah,
held it long enough. Like he just got it back from MJF.
yeah. Yeah, I say Osprey wins here, and he maybe loses that full year.
Mm.
But that one's gonna be a banger because we remember the first time Osprey and Takeshita. Wait, have Osprey and Takeshita already fought this year? There's been a lot of matches this year. I don't
I don't know. I
remember.
don't remember if it was this year or last year, but they did have like that friendly competition match that Don Cal set up that made no fucking sense. Because why would you take your top two guys and make them fight each other and risk injury?
Hang on a sec. I have a bunch of
I
matches.
know they did, but I can't remember which pay per view it was.
Yeah, it was Revolution.
Okay, yeah,
Because I have the match on my best of for matches of this year so far.
yeah. Because I remember thinking, why is Don Callis making his top two guys fight each other, risking injury? It makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly. One sec. I gotta
I'm
catch up.
giving it for the people. That doesn't make any freaking sense. You're a slime ball who hates the people.
But yeah, I'm gonna say Osprey to retain.
Mhm.
Because if not, if they just do it now, I say Takeshita wins. But I'm going to arbitrary chain. I think they want to do another one-on-one match between the two at Full Year.
So that really does make Ricochet the third wheel here.
That would institute a rubber match. So I mean, you could still have the match at Full Year and then have a rubber match down a bit down the further down the road. Maybe at World's End. I don't know. We still don't know who's going to be in the C2 this year. So
God, do we have to do that again?
yes, dude. Look. I don't agree with the championship belt that came from that tournament, but I still thought the tournament was pretty dope.
The
I still
belt's pointless, and then they didn't even then they made the American Triple Crown and didn't even stick to it for that long. Like,
next up.
like
Oh,
even before Kingston lost all three of his belts one by one, he still was defending them individually in some cases. He wasn't even consistently defending all three of them. It was
hmm.
stupid. Stupid. I mean, it's
So
okay. So the champion goes in. I'm trying to remember, understand how the rules. Does that mean the Ring of Honor World Champion and like was New Japan Strong Champion going to be in it too again?
I don't know. Look, I'm just gonna keep on going. Do you agree Osprey to retain?
I do. I just want to understand the rules.
I don't know. It's a three-way match. Fuck if I
No,
know.
not that. The tournament.
It's round robin. It's like the
Oh,
G1.
I understand that, but I was like, are we doing the Triple Crown again, or are we just forgetting that?
No, I don't think they're gonna do that again. So next up for the World Tag Team Championship, AEW World Tag Team Championships,
Mm-hmm.
Young Bucks defend against Private Party. So yeah, Private Party's just been trying to find that fire again and challenge last week. Hey, look, I said it again, take a shot. Challenged the Bucks to that match at WrestleDream. They accepted, and that's where we're at now. As I previously already said, Soki Hathaway's offered his services to them, but they turned him down for the match at WrestleDream. So we'll see where it goes with that. Um, I'm still in that belief that like the Elite's gonna lose all their titles in like one pay-per-view. Like, you know, like Young Bucks will lose their tag titles, Perry will lose his TNT, Okada will lose his Continental Championship. I think it'll all happen in one show. I still think that'd be a dope thing to do. Just have them all lose the titles. So I'm just going Young Bucks retain. I think it'll be a good match, but like they're probably gonna recreate that spot from like the first year of Dynamite where like Bucks got well probably got the surprise roll up win on the Bucks. But that's the only thing I can think of that'll
Uh,
be different. That'd be like unique to this match. But yeah, I'll
they
say
they could do it here though, because the Bucks have held the belts for a while. Private Party is one of the original AEW tag teams who's been with the company for a while and never had a run. So it would be, and they're legitimate enough to beat the Bucks. So it could happen. Is it likely to happen? Yeah.
hmm,
Uh, I guess we go with your idea. If they we're waiting until they lose against somebody on a show where they all lose.
yeah.
I still think it could go that way. By the way, they WWE-fied their names. They shortened their names as Zay and Quinn.
That's I don't care. So yeah, Bucks retain.
I will go with the Bucks to retain, but I wouldn't be shocked if they did go ahead and give it a private party.
Hmm.
Although
Next up,
something Hathaway could get involved and accidentally cost them.
yeah, true. Next up for the AEW Women's World Championship match, Mariah May defends against Will Nightingale, who was the winner of tonight's fatal four-way for the number one contendership. Thanks to, like I said, Penelope Ford distracting Jamie Hayter rematch. Nyla Rose getting taken out, Saraya acting like an idiot as per usual, and then eventually Willow picking up the win. Because they've had heat. Was it Willow's had heat with Mariah? Mariah say Willow because Willow's spending more time with Mia Shirakawa and stuff like that. And yeah, that's where this match is leading. Mariah May's championship run's been fine. She's been a solid heel. Like I can't deny for a fact she's been doing great in that role, but haven't really felt much else from her. I'm hoping this is the kind of match to take that out of her, get her more out of that funk. But yeah, I choose Mariah. Obviously, I choose Mariah May to retain here.
Yeah, but it kind of just makes. Do you think Mariah May's character can work when it's not up against Tony Storm, or is her character too reliant on Tony Storm?
No, I think Mariah May is capable of doing her own thing without Tony's influence. She's very weird, she's a very capable wrestler. She's been doing great. Like I said, even though she hasn't had a lot of matches since winning the women's world title, she has been very efficient in all of her matches. Like great on the mic, definitely a great heel persona. Um,
And it kind of makes you though after her being built up so much with Mariah May and her character work. I mean, with Tony Storm and her character work has been kind of directly tied with Tony Storm. Now that Tony Storm's out of the picture, it kind of makes you think: is her character still as compelling? That's what I kind of worried about. You know what I mean? Does it work?
yeah, you're wondering if subtracting Tony out of it has made Mariah less of a like convincing bad guy.
Well, that and also like, does it make her less interesting as a character? Uh,
No, I think
because you're not going to
it's
recapture that magic. You
yeah,
just
you're not going
you're
to.
not
Like,
going. So anything that comes after is not going to feel as special, which is what this is.
yeah, like
This is just filler.
yeah, Tony right now is doing like international bouts right now in Japan. Like
She's
I'm
still
saying I think they're gonna hold off on a rematch between the two for a short while. But for now, this is what we're getting with Mariah May. And it's been
I
fine.
think that this match. It feels like filler because
Hmm.
Mariah May just won it. Willow's capable talent, and she could win the title at some point, but not. So I think we both do agree that Mariah May is retaining. I was just wondering your thoughts about after you come off that really high of a storyline, does what comes after feel a little less? It's like some people are trying to bash Cody's title reign because it doesn't feel as big as when he's feuding with Roman leading up to WrestleMania. It's like, well,
Well,
when you come up from that high, anything after that's going to feel not as big, you know. But I still
okay.
that's a whole discussion about Cody's title reign. I still think Cody's title reign has been.
Look, it's one of those things. You know what? You bring a good point on one thing. It's funny. The massive baby feel finally getting the world title, and then the run after it is always like a mixed bag. You don't know where you're gonna get. And yeah, I think you can apply the same here to the heel winning a world title.
Mhm.
Like it's one of those things where like you should keep her hot in more ways than one. You should keep her hot, you should keep her going, keep that momentum going. And for Mariah, it's there, but it's barely there, her momentum. And like I thought the next match which Mariah was gonna get to defend her women's world title would be Mina Shirakawa because very obviously, even what we saw during Forbidden Door, there's also a story there, like a long-standing friendship between the two. But then like that's on pause for now, I guess.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of like in a story, the journey is always the most compelling part. Once it reaches the ending and you get to after that, you don't really care as much, Not because you don't stop caring about the character or the story. It's just they've reached the goal.
yep,
And now you're in the post story. Like I know Cody literally finished his story, and now what happens afterward? It's not going to feel as big, because it's not. We've already reached his destination. Now you have to come up with a new story for him, and it's hard to follow up when you build up a great storyline like with Cody Roman and with Mariah May and Tony Storm. They built up Mariah May and Tony Storm. It was actually one of the better, very better women's title storylines AEW has done. Not a lot compared to. Um, so yeah, I just wondering if they don't keep Mariah May's momentum continuous, they risk making her lose her interest, her spark into her character. That's just what I'm saying.
right. All right.
You don't want to keep her away from Tony Storm too long. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. So Mariah May to retain though.
Yes.
Yeah. It is what it is. Like I said, I think Mina and a rematch against Tony are just around the corner for her, so we'll see how that goes. And in our main event
Oh, you
of the
skipped the
evening.
match.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Hangman versus Jay White.
It's not on here.
It's on. It's on
Oh,
mine.
now it's on there. Sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot to refresh. Yeah, so next up, sorry about that. Next up for in a singles match, it is Hangman Adam Page versus the returning, forgot to mention before, the returning Switchblade Jay White.
Who's now a face, I guess.
So, okay, so we're gonna explain. So, after Page defeated, I was gonna say Bryan. After Page defeated Swerve at All Out, he decided his next goal was to take out anybody who either is associated with or assisted Swerve Strickland. Looked like at first his first target would be Jeff Jarrett, but that didn't surmount to all that much. Then eventually it got to a point where those the Bang Bang Gang got involved in his situation, and so he took out the guns, and this made Juice Robinson pissed. So he had a match with him. He was having a match that same night, so they had a crazy fight. Well, unfortunately, Hangman won that, and it is about to start whipping Juice Robinson when that's when Switchblade comes back and chases him off, throwing him around and stuff. On tonight's Dynamite, it was revealed that revealed it was Switchblade that revealed that the that his first goal is to take out Hangman for what he did to his stable mates, but then afterwards is to get back onto focus of getting the AEW World Title. Um,
What happened to his? Wasn't he taken out by the patriarchy? Shouldn't he want
do
revenge against them?
you want me to continue or not? So I
I'm
feel
just
like,
trying to figure this out. I mean, should it make
dude,
sense?
we're gonna get into more confusion when we finally get to our main event match.
Like shouldn't his first target be Christian? Why is he going after Paige? I mean, I know
Because
why they gave an explanation this week, but shouldn't he want revenge for being injured, losing both his 6-man belts?
I guess.
Okay,
Anyways,
doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, man. I have been up since like 8 this morning. I am
I mean,
just,
if they don't care, should I guess we shouldn't care.
but yeah, I think it should be a hell of a good match. I think these guys definitely know each other from their history in New Japan as Bullet Club mates, and Hangman has been doing an amazing Justified heel run. But his momentum, I think, still needs to keep going, even though Jay White's officially back. So I'm picking Hangman to win this one.
Yeah, Hangman does need to keep win. Man, that's a hard thing because now you would think he should go into the world title match, but the what we're going to talk about, the world title situation's muddied as hell.
Uh-huh.
We'll get into that, but yes, Hangman definitely needs to win. I don't know, maybe go for a different belt. I don't know. The AEW's got 100 of them.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, yeah, definitely Hangman to win that one. Now, in our main event of the evening, Bryan Danielson defends his AEW World Title against Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
So at All Out, after retaining against Jack Perry, uh, it looked like Christian's and his Patriot were about to cash in Christian's world title briefcase, AEW World Title briefcase, but Moxley came through for Danielson in the end. Or did he?
Or did he?
Because he goes on to place a paper bag or plastic bag over Moxley's. Let's see, a paper. Do you want to continue? Because I'm falling asleep right now.
Moxley put a plastic bag over Bryan Danielson's head and proceeded to choke him out. It was go graphic. AEW says we will never show this footage again until they did. So yeah, where am I at? So yeah, the
Okay,
BCC turned on Bryan. Wheeler Yuta was hesitant. Then they were joined by Pac and Maria Shafir for whatever reason. They're still trying to make her a thing.
no, no, no. I've heard reports that apparently Moxley's been wanting to work with Maria Shafir on a story for a while now.
I'm sorry. The whole "you know me, you don't know me" promo.
Okay, so as of right, okay, so I'll continue from here. So, yeah, after All Out, he Moxley becomes even more cryptic, still wanting Darby Allin. Darby finally comes out, and this is where it gets confusing. So, Moxley challenges Darby for a world title opportunity.
Which Darby did not have to do
Which Darby not do, but accepts. But
because
then in the same episode, Nigel confirms that if Bryan's cleared to wrestle by Grand Slam, it'll be him and Nigel at Grand Slam, which makes no sense.
no.
Like, I get report-wise why you're probably not doing that match at Grand Slam, because I think reports were saying that they were heavily considering giving Darby the world title at Grand Slam, but that didn't happen. And now Darby's taking on Moxley for the world title opportunity. That match finally happens. Moxley wins, and it's confirmed for WrestleDream. Jon Moxley's still being very cryptic about why he's doing all this. Who's the one who got in his ear about all of this, and why, and all that jazz. And now we're here. It's been a very confusing AEW World Title picture, but we're still at Danielson the champ and Moxley the competitor. Uh,
Which
I
on paper
don't.
sounds great, right? They're two biggest stars, arguably. Going to get yeah, arguably
Yeah.
on paper that makes sense. How we got here though, ugh. And
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. So with all that out of the way, with Moxley apparently being recruited by somebody from the vague words he's been spouting. So yeah, it is Danielson versus Moxley for the world title. Um, this one is difficult because I kind of just see Danielson retaining. I, s- but with the how hot Moxley's current angle is, I wouldn't want to abruptly stop that angle, like only a couple weeks into this new version of him.
mhm.
So I say Moxley wins the world title.
Yeah,
Um,
it didn't establish that the next when Danielson loses the title, his full time career is over.
yeah, I
We
know they
want to do
keep
it this
tallying it like,
early.
yeah, they keep tallying it like he's like retiring, or he's gonna be retired.
Turd.
Retired? No, retired. Hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for Deadpool. But yeah, but yeah, he's not retiring. He's just going to be part time.
Yeah.
I think. Do you want to be like this? It's like with Sting. Do we want Sting's that way? You know that was a retirement match. It was like we didn't want his last match to be losing to the Young Bucks and end on a downer. Do we want Danielson's last full time match to be losing in his home state against a heel? Uh, I don't know. And yeah, would it be better to have Danielson just pass the torch in a match against somebody like Darby Allin? Um, and in the background, we always have to keep in mind Christian Cage has that contract that he can, which apparently now works like the Money in the Bank contract for whatever reason, that he can cash in at any time. Which I feel like you. So what do you do? To me, it always made sense. Like Danielson would drop it to Darby. Darby would get
Mhm.
cashed in on at some
Mhm.
point by Christian, and then Christian would drop it back to Darby. That's how I would do it. But now you have Moxley involved, this whole storyline, and I feel like you can't have this big angle they seem to be planning and not have Moxley be in the center of it all. Like have I think is does Moxley really need a fourth reign right now?
Probably not. Probably not.
Well, I'm saying there's too many cooks in the kitchen right now.
Look, I still am in the belief that Darby's ending 2024 with the world title. I don't know how long it's going to
Does he
take to
win it
get there.
from Moxley then?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that he eventually finally gets a win over. Remember, because they've had two matches and Moxley's won both of them. So
From
your
Moxley,
rubber match
like a 1 or 2
would be
reign.
Darby Moxley for a world title, and that's where you give Darby the title.
So Moxley only has a month or 2 month title reign.
Now, I don't know how long like that would be, but that's my best guess.
I mean, if it's a full gear, it's a month. If it's World's End, it's 2 months. That's the thing. Do we want? I just feel like that's a downer way for Danielson's full time career to end. I don't know.
Hey, I'm hoping
But
I'm wrong.
knowing Danielson, he probably would do it that way.
Yeah, I'm definitely
In his home
hoping.
state, by the way.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. Definitely hoping for that way, but you would lose the momentum. You will lose the momentum of this new Moxley faction. You
So
would
I feel
definitely lose
I
their
think they wrote
momentum.
themselves to a corner here, where they're
They
kind of
always do.
always
They always
do. I
do.
know they wrote themselves into a corner, or I feel like they're damned they do, damned they don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Danielson retaining, but if Moxley wins, then that's where they're gonna go.
Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, I think yeah, Moxley to win. Probably be one of his shorter reigns, honestly. So that's cool. Apologies if I'm not out, folks. I have been up since 8 this morning, just trying to get my house ready for this hurricane heading our way, and like I'm just exhausted. So I apologize if I'm nodding out or falling asleep. I do not mean to. Really sorry about that. So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button if you want to talk to us more about stuff like this. Comment down below. If you want to share this around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about WrestleDream, hit this subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well. Let us know what you thought of our predictions for WrestleDream 2024. What is going to be your favorite match? What is going to be your favorite moment? Do you think the odds of Bryan losing the title here and going part-time are higher than usual? Let us know in the comments down below. Put down what you feel are our predictions overall. But most importantly, we thank you for watching. Now, of course, Nick, aside from his channel, where can they find you elsewhere on the internet?
Well, real quick, we usually say what we think is gonna be the best match of the night. What do you think the best match of the night?
Oh, fuck it.
I'm keeping you up, Jack.
Best match of the night is the three-way.
The international title.
Yeah, 3-way.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, so you asked a good question. Where can they find me on the World Wide Web? Well, they can find me on Facebook. They can find me on Instagram. They can find me on the XX Twitter, baby. And so, yeah, go ahead and check me out there. Follow me. And that's it.
Okay. Yeah, and if you want to check out our buddy Mo, who will be with us for WrestleDream reactions, you can check him out on most of the socials at Afro Mo Bro. You can also check out our reaction to last.
Check out his sick beats.
You can also check out our reactions to last year's WrestleDream right here on the channel. You can check out our last AEW pay-per-view reaction, which was to All Out 2024. You can also check a look at our WWE Bad Blood reactions, which as this recording just recently went live. You can check those out. And if yeah, that's pretty much it. So until next time, though, I'm Kristen.
I'm Nick Slade.
And that has been a very WrestleDream-filled episode of 1, 2, 3 Wrestling. And we will see you guys later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
as well as one of our other SRB shows,
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
you can find us on Twitter and Stardust
at Super React Bros,
as well as on Facebook
at Super Reaction Bros.